You're watching Running Report Show on FanHub TF. I'm Joshua Paz, Mr. Possible, here to give you running news produced for and by the culture. And we got a loaded show for you guys, talking about how football players may be faster than track stars. We had some emotional wins at US Cross Country Championships, and then NCAA records keep coming down. And I really want to talk about this next one coming up in our first lap. But let's get into it, man. We got 4 topics, 4 questions, and 4 laps to go. I'm excited for this. With 4 laps to go, we gotta talk about Masai Russell at the Red Raider Invitational, where she broke the 60-meter hurdles NCAA record in a time of 7:75. That makes her not only the fastest collegiate in history, but also the 12th fastest performer of all time. Last year at the NCAA Championships, Grace Stark tied Brianna McNeil's collegiate record of 7:78, where Russell placed second in the race. Russell shared her thoughts on her YouTube channel after breaking the collegiate record.
I was having a lot of doubts at the beginning of this year, not wanting to trust Coach Green completely, and I was like, hold on, let me tighten up, because I've gotten better every single year. So it's about trusting it, staying patient, and I promise that your time will come.
Russell is exactly right, and you can see right here the proof is in the pudding. In her first 2 seasons at Kentucky, she improved by middle seconds. Then her last season, she jumped under 8 seconds in the 60-meter hurdles. Plus, in the 100-meter hurdles, she started as a 13-1 girl. Then her junior season, she's running 12.7 run, running at USA's and at NCAA's as well. Like, with all of this, how Masai Russell has improved so much, and now the NCAA record, I think we guys all know the question was going to come here. Is Masai Russell the favorite for the 60-meter hurdles? And some of you guys are probably like, outright, yes, she definitely is. She just has the collegiate record. But let's not forget, I just mentioned Grace Stark tied the collegiate record at NCAA's last year, where Russell placed second. And plus, on top of that, I didn't even get to mention, Leah Armstrong was the favorite in that race, and she false started. She wasn't able to compete. And last year, Leah Armstrong ran 7.81, number 4 all time in the 60-meter hurdles. Plus, she went on to go win NCAA's in the 100-meter hurdles, and went to go run at the World Championships and placing 4th. And she's back this year to run in the indoor 60-meter hurdles. Like, bro, it's gonna be hard for Masai Russell with Grace Stark and Leah Armstrong. I will have to note that Grace Stark, she's recovering from a fracture, from a tibial plateau fracture that she suffered at regionals last year after falling at one of the hurdles. Leah Armstrong tweaked her hamstring in her first meet of the season, so she's coming back from that. So I would say right now, Masai Russell is definitely the favorite, but I wouldn't be surprised if the collegiate record gets broken again. I wouldn't be surprised if Masai Russell wins that race, if Grace Stark wins that race, or Leah Armstrong wins that race. That's just a testament to how fast and how competitive the 100-meter hurdles and 60-meter hurdles are always in the US. And definitely on the women's side. So hats off to Masai Russell, definitely being like a YouTuber and doing her thing and being able to let people into her journey. Amazing to see. With 3 laps to go, I want to talk about how over the past year, I bet you guys have all seen the video of the 6'5", 235 defensive end who's a 5-star football recruit who's also a beast on the track. Well, let's put a name to that. That's Nyckloes Harbor out of Archbishop in Washington, D.C. Harbor just made headlines again and went viral over this past weekend. We're at the Texas Tech Under Armour High School Classic. In the indoor 60-meter and 200-meter, he ran U.S. number 1s. He ran 6.64 in the 60 and 20.79 in the 200. In the 200, that makes him the number 5 fastest prep performer of all time, according to Track and Field News. Only Xavier Carter, Jordan Anthony, Noah Lyles, and Jalen Slade have ran faster than Nyckoles Harbor. Now, that's incredible. He's also number 16 all time for U18 performers in the indoor 200 meters. Nyckoles Harbor is world class. He's world class under 18 high school performers, one of the best to ever do it. The question is though, how good is Nyckoles Harbor? That's what people want to know. How good is he? How really good is he? And the answer is, he's really good. Like, let's not get him mistaken. He's really good. The proof is in the pudding. The dude can really do it. He's still got that little bit of youth bob in him. Like when he's running and he's still going up. He got that youth bob in him. You feel me? But he's really good. He's 6'5". He's running on a bank track, running 20.79. Like he's 6'5", coming out of the blocks. Like when he ran that 200, he wasn't even in blocks, but he's 6'5", coming out of the blocks in the 60 and being able to produce that much speed in 60 meters. Like, dude, the kid is special. And I think a lot of people are thinking like, dude, that's Usain Bolt. That's Usain Bolt reincarnated. Definitely a little bit more weight on him, you feel me? But like, dude, he's very special. And I gotta say, Nyckoles, come on, man. I know you like football. I know you love that. I know you love it. But We would love to have you. We would love to have you, bro. With 2 laps to go, I want to talk about how this year's USATF Cross Country Championships didn't disappoint with competitive races and garnering a lot of excitement towards World Athletics Cross Country Championships on February 18th in Bathurst, Australia. The underlying theme at USA's had to be the reoccurring first-time US championships that we saw. First in the U20 women's race, Irene Riggs, the 2022 NXT champion, went out there and won the championship 6K. Riggs has had a stellar 2022 cross country season, even beating a Caitlin Tui course record by over 20 seconds and running a 16:02 5K. It's been amazing to see her and really just her rise. In the women's 10K championship, Edna Kirkgott ran away in the last 2K for her first US title. It was extra special for Kirkgott to do this in Virginia, where she first came to the US in 2015. Another special moment came for Leo Young in the U20 8K men's championship. Young bounced back after a disappointing NXN finish, where we finally see like him actually be human, and he beat this year's Champs cross country champion and various NCAA athletes for the victory. Lastly, the men's 10K championship, Emmanuel Bohr won after taking the lead at 3K. His experience from past World Cross Country Championships paid off big in a big win and his first US championship. Also, his daughter probably had the sweetest family reaction you're ever going to see to a victory. Now, this question from this has to be really like, what was the biggest first US title win for you guys? And what do you guys think? Comment down below. For me, it has to be Emmanuel Bohr. This has to be huge momentum after a really big 2022 for him, and like a lot of great races. Still needs that sponsorship though, like real talk, but he's doing great training with Team Army and everything like that. But I think this is great momentum, because if he decides to do 10,000 on the track, if he decides to do the 2024 marathon trials, he'll probably do both. Like, he is a real contender to make any of those team, and like I wouldn't be surprised if definitely in the marathon, like Emmanuel Bohr may be my top 3 to be picking like right now. He's good in anything. He's good in anything you put him on the track for. Now with 1 lap to go, it's time for our bell lap, and we're going to talk about what's impossible to miss. One thing that's really impossible to miss from last week that you need to be looking at was the Michigan women's improbable comeback in the 4x400 meters. In the first leg, their first leg runner fell down and they worked their way all the way back. It was truly something incredible out of storybooks. One of the greatest indoor comebacks probably of all time that I think you guys all need to check out real quick. But then coming up this weekend as well, things that are impossible to miss is the Dr. Sander Invitational. It's going to be a great event. Some great races are going down as well, highlighted by Shanti Jackson going out, going to run another 300. Could we see the high school record go down once again? Caitlin Tui is in a loaded mile against pros like Alicia Monson, Josette Andrews, Courtney Wayman, Whitney Orden, Cinta Visa, and more. It's going to be a really competitive field. And then also Sage Herda is going after the 1,000 meter US record. But in that race as well, Ajay Wilson's in that race in the 1,000 meter. So it's going to be super interesting to see Ajay step up in distance. Sage going for that record. That 1,000 is going to be hot. And as well in the Lilac Grand Prix, I had to put this on here because this one is free to watch on YouTube by Tracklandia. Go ahead and watch this, especially that women's 1500 and men's 1500. We got Clayton Murphy, who's a former US champion, and Sinclair Johnson, who's a former US champion, going out there showing off their skills. And I think it's gonna be interesting too, seeing Cole Hawker return to the track, and it's gonna be interesting to see what he does in that 3000 against David Ribich, who recently just joined Union Athletics. Going to be an interesting weekend overall. Like, it's even more loaded races, but those are those 2 that I'm really looking at. That's the Dr. Sander Invitational and the Lilac Grand Prix. We'll catch y'all next week on the Running Report show, and shoot, check out everything running on FanHub TF right now. Running's getting crazy. It's going to get crazier and crazier. Get to February, March, and on. So you want to catch up on all the news, everything going on at fanhubtf.com. See y'all next week. Let's get it.